Hello everyone, I am Manali Reshamwala, Assistant Professor from LJ Institute of Physiotherapy. Today I am going to talk about Physiotherapy Management of Bronchiectasis. It is a part of syllabus for final year physiotherapy students of Gujarat University and the subject is Physiotherapy in Cardiopulmonary Condition. So let's see the topics to be discussed in this video tutorial are medical management, prevention, physiotherapy aims and management in detail. So let's see the medical management first. It includes antibiotics as per sputum culture report. Prevention of bronchiectasis can be prevention of bronchial obstruction and any conditions which causes bronchiectasis like prompt treatment of acute lower respiratory tract infection, vaccines for measles, maintaining good health with good diet and fresh air, surgery in children if localized disease is already there like lobectomy or segmental resection can be done, so we can prevent it to happen in other least affected area. Next is the physiotherapy treatment, which first we will discuss the aims of physiotherapy treatment, which may include to facilitate the removal of secretion and clear the lung fields, to teach good coughing technique, to gain patient's confidence, to maintain mobility of the thorax and good posture, improve exercise tolerance and independence level, and to teach general relaxation. So let's see each in detail. First, clearing of the secretion. Postural drainage for the affected area should be given to clear out the secretion from the lung tissues. For example, in the case of involvement of the lower lobe, we have to follow the following sequence of the positioning. First, patient should be in prone lying with 45 cm tip down position, that is head down position. Then in the side lying with the affected part uppermost with 45 cm tip down. Next is supine lying with 45 cm tip down and again side lying on the other side with 45 cm tip down. It minimizes the danger of secretion overspilling into the least affected area. We can also give percussion and shaking or vibration techniques as necessary over the affected area of the lungs. Sputum should be expectorated in sputum ports or polythene and disposed after the treatment. Forced expiratory techniques should be incorporated like coughing, huffing and ACVT or autogenic drainage techniques. We can also advise the patient to use flutter device which helps to improve expectoration. Localized expansion breathing exercises followed by coughing is very much useful in these kind of patient. Treatment given 2 to 3 times a day should be advised. Next is maintaining thoracic mobility. We can do trunk bending like forward, backward, sideways. We can allow trunk rotation. We have to advise for postural correction, like we can make the patient to prevent bending forward so that he may not develop kyphosis, stretching of the tightened structures, and education regarding maintaining good posture in daily life. Shoulder girdle exercises, which may include shoulder shrugging, bracing, pectoral stretch and rotation. These can also help to improve posture of the upper region. Making patient independent is very important so that patient gets positive attitude and recover well. Breathing control in all the activities like walking, climbing upstairs, etc. should be incorporated. Breathing control includes taking a breath from nose in and taking out from the mouth slowly and gently along with the counting so that patient does not get breathless during these kind of activities. Encouraging patient to participate in various outdoor activities like jogging, cycling, tennis or swimming, gardening, etc. encourages and improves patient's attitude. In young patient, if only one segment is affected and if patient have severe hemoptysis, one segment is removed. So here are the references. You can find it out from these books. Thank you.